Hello, this is Jenna with Jenna Health. Today we're going to be talking about diet. What is a healthy diet? A lot of people are kind of in the dark about what is truly a healthy diet because there's been so much information out there and misinformation that it is hard to really kind of nail down a healthy diet. Well, I will say this, from speaking from experience from someone that healed myself from a 17-year-long journey with an autoimmune condition as well as some other health conditions. So I can speak kind of from experience based on how great I feel, because I do feel like I'm 19. So a healthy diet is going to consist of good healthy meats, as healthy of meats as you can afford. The grass-fed, hormone-free. You want to get some good healthy meats in your diet, and seafood. Try to stay away from the bottom feeders in the seafood world, like your catfish and the tilapia is farm raised and it's not such a good choice. You want to eat, the good healthy meats and seafoods. Another thing that is also healthy is good fats, okay? And when I say good fats, I mean healthy fats, like for instance from an avocado. I eat an avocado probably at least 3 or 4 times a week. Another good healthy fat would be olive oil, but be sure and check your olive oil, because there's been some information out that that they're not so pure. So be sure and check, make sure you're getting a good pure olive oil. Another really good fat that I incorporate into my diet that helped in my healing journey is coconut oil. Of course, I get the very top of the line, do a little advertising here for Tropical Traditions, but that's the one I choose. I love the company. They have great products. That is the coconut oil that I currently use and have used, and it was an integral part of my healing journey. So you want to choose some healthy oils like those. An example of using a coconut oil is like in the mornings when I fix my scrambled eggs. I use that in the skillet to scramble the eggs, and that way you can get some of that into your diet. Another way of getting the good coconut oil into your diet is something that's called Bulletproof coffee. And you actually put it in your coffee, believe it or not. You blend it with your coffee. And I know you think, ooh, oil in my coffee? Just trust me on this. It is a great metabolism booster. Will help you lose weight. It's tremendous. It gives you energy and it satisfies your appetite for a long time. I can drink a cup of that coffee and I'm good for hours. So that's something to look into. Of course, you want to get a good, healthy, organic coffee, because you're putting all this good stuff in your body. You want to make sure everything is on the up and up. Another thing that you want to do is you want to get as many good, healthy fruits and vegetables as you can find from local farmers markets and places that will sell the organic produce. Now I know that sometimes it's not as accessible to some people as it is others, and as far as affordability as well is an issue. If you do have to obtain fruits and vegetables that are not organic, just make sure that you really scrub those really well. But you want to incorporate a lot of fruits and vegetables. Sweet potatoes are excellent. They're very nutrient packed with lots of minerals and vitamins. I highly recommend sweet potatoes, so that's a very good thing. What I choose for my diet is the Paleo diet. So I don't normally eat a lot of regular potatoes or things of that nature. I don't eat grains. So I recommend if you want to get well, and like I did, because this is my experience, maybe you cut out the grains. If you do have to have any grains at all, I guess rice would be the least bad. But cutting out those grains, especially those gluten grains, is going to be really important in your health journey. And all of these other tips that I give on my show, they're not going to benefit you like they're going to until you really get to that diet and change the way you think about food. And that is a key, is the way you think about food. And one thing that I can recommend to you is focus on what you can have and try to forget about what you can't have. I know that's hard sometimes. When I first started out, I actually would decline going to birthday parties and things of that nature because I knew there were going to be some food items there that I couldn't partake of, and I didn't want to subject myself to that torture. So I was a little antisocial for a little while. Do whatever works for you. You know, it's one of those things. Sometimes I would bake up some paleo brownies, and I would take those to the party, and those were always a hit. And that way I could have a treat. You know, so it worked out. So there's just different things that you can do. I incorporate a lot of nuts and seeds in my diet. They're very, very healthy. Chia seeds are really good to add to smoothies and adds a good little boost of protein and some minerals, very high in magnesium. You know, I highly recommend, one thing that I do for breakfast, this is a little tip of the day here, you can take some bananas and cut them in thirds, put them in some freezer bags, and you can use those for your smoothies instead of using ice. You know, who wants watered down smoothies? So you use the bananas, and it's just fabulous to use for your smoothies, however you make your smoothies. It's just something that I do that adds a little extra, you know, vitamins, minerals, potassium, and so on. But yeah, what you want to avoid is the bad, unhealthy oils. We all know what those are: the Crisco, the margarine, the hydrogenated oils. You want to avoid those. You want to avoid unhealthy meats as much as possible, you know, with the nitrates and things. You want to avoid the grains that have gluten especially. You want to avoid, now in my case, I avoid dairy. Now some people can handle dairy, some people can't. Mine went much further than just your typical lactose intolerance type situation. I actually have a true milk allergy, a dairy allergy. So in my healing journey, I had to give up dairy. So, you know, that's one of those things that you might want to do. You might want to take dairy out of your diet completely for 30 days and just see how you do. And one thing I'll tell you is once you take a food out of your diet completely, I mean completely, don't even go out to eat or anything. Fix all your meals for those 30 days so you make sure you don't get any traces of dairy. Then after 30 days, reintroduce dairy and just see what kind of reaction your body has. I dare you to do this, okay? If you are very, very sick in your body, that may very well be a key for you, because like it was for me, it's like poison for me. Grains, gluten grains and dairy is absolutely like I'm drinking poison. So that is a tip for you know, to really be able to see kind of where you're at. And anybody can give up anything for 30 days. Seriously, you can. You can do this. If I can do this, if I could do it for a year, you can do it for 30 days. I highly recommend a paleo diet if you are really, really ill with an autoimmune condition, such as lupus, like I had the Hashimoto's thyroid. If you have Parkinson's, if you have rheumatoid arthritis, any kind of MS, any kind of autoimmune condition, your intestines have been in a really bad way with dysbiosis, leaky gut, and you've got some issues. And food can make and break that. It can absolutely turn things around for you. And many people have recovered completely, and others have halted their progression of their autoimmune diseases. So what I would recommend is giving the paleo diet a try, and even better yet, there is an autoimmune version of a paleo diet. Look that up, Google it, try it, see how you do, see how your body responds. It's worth it. You're worth it. Chocolate cake, cookies, you know, those things aren't worth it. Don't do that. You know, get yourself to a place where you are ready to fight for your life and you're ready to get well, and just like I did, and you can do it.